So let's get reaction now. DeRoy Murdoch, a nationally syndicated columnist for Scripps Howard News Service and a Fox News contributor, and Alexis McGill Johnson is the executive director of the American Values Institute. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thanks, Heather.
So does the president sound desperate, Alexis?
No, he doesn't sound desperate. He does sound probably very frustrated, because I think what's happening is there are a lot of Democratic donors who have not maxed out. Remember, this time last season, we were just wrapping up the primary with Hillary Clinton, and so people weren't used to kind of digging into their pockets so early in the season. At the same time, I think he's also very frustrated with what's happened with Citizens United. You know, we have such a tragedy on our hands in political campaign finance. Instead of going from one person, one vote, we've gone to $1, one vote, and that's a huge tragedy for our democracy.
DeRoy, what's your take?
Well, I think it's interesting that President Obama is attacking these super PACs as some sort of an evil Republican conspiracy. He actually has his own super PAC called Priorities USA. It raised about $4 million last month. It's raised about $20 million and has another $20 million of commitment. So he has his own super PAC with something like $40 to $45 million in it, one way or the other. So I don't think he's on any firm ground to complain about that. I also think it's very interesting to see the contrast between him on his airplane begging people for cash and Mitt Romney the day after the Supreme Court decision on Obamacare came in. $4.6 million flowed into his coffers from 47,000 people, averaging about $98 per donation. These are pretty small donations, not big so-called fat cat donations. So you've got money pouring into Mitt Romney's coffers and Obama on the phone begging people for more money.
The amount of money, though, it is remarkable when you take a look at the numbers. You know, according to the latest reports filed with the Federal Election Commission, that was on June 20th, there are now 95 donors or collections of donors that have given more than $500,000 to super PACs. And those donors had given $153.6 million through the end of May. So are these super PACs out of control?
They are absolutely out of control. And I mean, I understand that the president has a huge challenge. He's got to compete. We have set the price tag of this election at $1 billion, right? It's going to take a lot of small donations and major donations to get to that point. But I think we also see Romney having that same challenge. I mean, he just hosted a big retreat of all his private bundlers and donors out at Park City that included a wide range of Republican advisors, including people who, you know, Karl Rove, who runs his Crossroads GPS, which is his super PAC. So I think they are out of control, and we have to ask this question: what are these people giving? What do these people think they're going to get when they're giving this kind of money?
DeRoy, final word from you.
Well, I would say that don't forget that President Obama is going to be able to rely on a lot of money and in-kind donations and services from the unions. And this money is not given voluntarily, as it is on the part of Mitt Romney. This is basically taken out of workers' wallets, pried out of their wallets under compulsory donations or compulsory union dues. That money is handed over. A lot of it is used in politics, and it very often it's taken out of the pockets of union workers, who then see this money used for causes with which they don't agree, and that's a tremendous injustice.
At least it's transparent.
And yet a big advantage for President Obama.
And I like something that you said in your notes. You said, you know, it's becoming less about ideas and more about money.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 congressional races now are only winning by the amount of money they raise, and that's on both sides. I mean, I don't think this is a left-right issue. I think this is really an issue about where, you know, who is winning, the corporations and the wealthy interests, or the American people.
All right. Thank you both for joining us. We really appreciate it today. Good conversation.
Thanks.
Greg?
Well.